Alarming increase in microplastics detected in human placentas. This is an image, black arrow pointing to microplastic particle within a human placenta. Scientists are finding microplastics unnervingly close to developing fetuses during pregnancy. In just the past few years, preliminary research has turned up microplastic bits of plastic floating in a few dozen samples of human placenta, the organ that provides oxygen and nutrients to growing fetuses. A new analysis on donated placental tissue now expands on those results and hints at an alarming trend. When researchers at the University of Hawaii Manoa, the Kapa'iolani Medical Center of Women and Children, and Federal University of Alagoas, Brazil, analyzed 30 placentas donated to the Hawaiian Reproductive Biospecimen Repository. Between 2006 and 2021, they found plastic contamination had increased significantly over time. In 2006, only 6 of the 10 donated placentas contained microplastics. By 2013, 9 out of 10 placentas were found to be contaminated. In 2021, each of the 10 placentas analyzed showed plastic pollution, and the sizes of the microplastic particles were bigger than ever. We believe that the plastics may be floating around in food or being inhaled. It's coming through our digestive fluids or lungs, and the plastics are getting absorbed through the gut and traveling through the bloodstream, and then somehow collected in the placenta during pregnancy, explains obstetrician and researcher Men Jen Lee from Kapi'iolani Medical Center. The big question is, as it's traveling through the placenta, can it get through the umbilical cord and then into the baby? We don't know that right now, he said. The study is the largest of its kind, and yet the sample size is too small and regionally limited to draw any firm conclusions about the cause or effect of microplastic pollution on a developing fetus or the mother. The results do, however, track the relentless growth of ongoing plastic production, consumption, and pollution globally. Exposure to microplastics now seems all but impossible to avoid, and the effect on human health remains largely unknown. By some estimates, the average person inhales about a credit card's worth of plastic every week. I mean, this is ridiculous. Every week, some pieces of which can get stuck deep into your lungs, and that's just the plastic that you breathe. Tiny fragments are also present in drinking water and food, and in preliminary research on mice, it looks as though these pollutants can infiltrate every organ of the rodent's body. Other recent studies on humans have found microplastics floating in breast milk and the first poop of newborns. In 2020, scientists discovered the first evidence of microplastics smaller than 5 millimeters in the human placenta. These results, however, were only based on roughly a handful of specimens. Later, another team evaluated the presence of microplastics in 17 placentas and found similar results. While the health effects of plastic in the placenta are known, early experiments on mice suggest that micro and nanoplastics have the potential to disrupt fetus brain development, which in turn may cause suboptimal neurodevelopment outcomes. The high rate of placental contamination recently found in Hawaii may not apply elsewhere in the world. People on islands, for instance, tend to eat more seafood, which is heavily exposed to ocean plastic, and remote locations tend to be more reliable on single-use plastics as a whole. The Hawaiian Islands are also relatively close to the Great Pacific Garbage Patch. The findings of this study, based on placental samples collected in Hawaii, provide insight into the vulnerability and sensitivity of Pacific Island communities to plastic pollution due to our remote location there in the Pacific Ocean, Leak and colleagues write in their paper. Since the entire state of Hawaii is designated as a coastal community, pregnant women who live there appear to be particularly vulnerable to marine plastic pollution, with yet unclear effects on maternal and fetal health. The study was published on Environmental International, and it's on Science Alert by Carly Casella. Please leave your comments, and thank you for your support. Support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.